Yes, people, man, I'm good with that. Do you know, every time I'm a second or two late, yeah, do you know what I find? I find there'll be a bunch of comments here, yeah, waiting for me. And I'm thinking, like, will the people wait for me to get on? Sometimes you know I'm a second late. Guys, what's going on? First things first, we're going to go through some of the results tonight. Newcastle are making us look dumb. They go and get themselves the group of death, everyone, yeah? The group of death. And I swear they're doing it just to make Arsenal look stupid. Now, guys, do be getting the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. Like, Newcastle didn't even look tested, do you know what I mean? So, they've got a draw and a win from a group. If that was Arsenal now, let's be honest, if this was Arsenal in a similar group, we would probably, hold on, guys, we would probably be shitting ourselves. Let me just sort out my settings, guys. Do be getting the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if we're new. Yes, usual bullshit, just in the house, as usual. Everything's a little bit upside down as well. Everything is, hold on, what about this desk? Hold on, can we get that lower a little, please? All right, cool. Fucking bits everywhere on the table. Let me push them two together. Let me put that in the fucking pot. And disorganize myself. Right, who is here? Lateness is the greatness. Yes, of course, bruvs. How are you, Jean RB? Who else is with me, guys? Hi, Daniel. Hi, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. What a result for Newcastle tonight. Really enjoyed that game. Heather, what is good? Horrible night for us tonight. Who's us? I wonder what phase Newcastle are on. Interesting question, bruvs. Interesting question. What phase are Newcastle on? And they haven't even been in the Champions League longer than us, bruvs. There's no excuses. There is no excuses whatsoever. Do you know what I mean? Yellow, and yellow is the greatness. Guys, who's with me? Do be getting the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. And I swear to God, is it Arteta? Is it Arsenal? Am I being paranoid? Or is it just, you know what I mean, some sort of conspiracy? Because I don't get how Arsenal Football Club can be going to Lons. Excuse me. Or where's it 10 o'clock? Can be going to Lons and struggling to get fucking 3 points. Do you know what I mean? Like, I knew one player, Eli Wahi, literally. But Champions League, Atletico 3, Feyenoord 2. Celtic 1, Lazio 2. Surprise, surprise. Dortmund 0, AC Milan 0. And that helps Newcastle even more. Newcastle 4, PSG 1. Do you know what I mean? Whoever the fuck they are, 2 young boys 2. RB 1, Man City 3. Do you know what I mean? Foden, Alvarez, and Deku. Unbelievable, guys. Antwerp 2, Shakhtar Donetsk 3. Porto 0, Barcelona 1. Ferran Torres with the goal. And that is about it in the Champions League. But Newcastle 4, PSG 1. Almiron, Byrne, Longstaff. And then is it Fabio Shaw? Their centre-half in injury time. Like, I'm absolutely staggered how Newcastle will probably finish top and walk out of this group, and we're going to stutter and have a heart attack and a panic attack to finish second. I don't get it. Guys, get the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. Where is everyone? I was only a couple of minutes late. Shout out to Phil. Hi, Phil. Is your mum okay? What the hell happened there, Phil? I hope mummy's good. Imagine Arteta trying to get out of the Newcastle group. Yeah, mate. I promise you, would be on 2 defeats for 2. Do you know what I mean? What's good, brother? She was released this morning, Hev. She's at mine now. I got my court hearing on Tuesday. Fuck me, Phil. I hope your mum's all right, though. Forget court. Hope mummy's all good. Hopefully, have a good consider. We are lucky Seville and PSV drew. Most definitely, bros, but it shouldn't even take for Seville and PSV to draw that last night, because the first game was a draw as well. That means we got away with that. So lucky. Let's get back on that Sky app. Yesterday's fuckeries. I don't know. I don't want to check the group. Luca, what's up, my friend? Big up. What's good? Arteta in phase 4 into the project, lost 2-1 to a 15th place Lons. But nothing actually surprises me about that, brother. Do you know what I mean? Or really and truly. Like, I'm not trying to say it in an idiot way, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I was confident before the game. I will do that on the basis of we pretty much had a full strength team out there. Do you know what I mean? Apart from the injury to Martinelli. And yeah, we can't beat Lons. And people think, and maybe even you as one of them, Gunnar Forever, Mr. Craig, you was one of the guys that are like, we're going to beat Man City. And I was like, nah, slow down. Because Man City won't go and play so unprofessionally, whether it's RB or fucking AC Milan or whatever. The Lons thing has just deflated me. And imagine if Saka's out for the weekend now. Like, it was so bad, man. And even after we went 2-1 down, we didn't have no urgency. And let me just rub this even more. Guys, you can all lie to me as much as you like. How many of the Lons first team players did you know? Well, I can say one definitely, Eli Wahi, because I spoke about him many times over the last year on this channel, especially when Eli Wahi was linked to Arsenal when he played for Montpellier. He went from Montpellier to Lens. Do you know what I mean? Say no more. I know everything about football. My point being is, though, when I don't know any Lens players, that's when you know they ain't that good. They're not internationals. They're not at the top of the French league, which, like, let's have it straight, is a farmers fucking league. Guys, we're going to have a quick rating on this. For anyone that hasn't caught the video, guys, give me a rating out of 10 on this. This is Arsenal's 4th kit, allegedly. Yep, the Linda McCartney thing. Yes, I done it. £80. Yeah, and it's the women's away top. But we'll get into this in a second. As I said to my guy, Dedication TV, like, Lons would get kicked off the park by Man City. Tonight you'll beat up RB Leipzig in a heartbeat. No drama. And I'm probably right. You know what I mean? Danny. Exactly, bros. And you know what I mean? He was lucky to get there. But there's nothing he can do, bros, because I am hearing, and I'm going to tell you this officially. After the Ben White and the Zinchenko contracts are released to the fucking idiots like us, the guys that follows the club and the media, etc., Arteta will follow. The deal is done. Again, Arsenal just wait for that moment to release it. Cataracts. Fuck me. How many people have I doing that? Shouts out to you, bros. I hope she's all right at the eyes, isn't it? If Mikel doesn't get out of the group, sack him. I don't want to hear no excuses from any of our fan base. I think we'll get out of the group, but we finish second. Whether we finish second or first, bros, the point being is here, obviously you're right, we need to qualify, first things first. And finishing second, obviously you're seeded for the draw, innit? Like, you'll play the team that finishes top in the group. The team that finishes top isn't always necessarily the best team in the group. But knowing our luck, we'll get a bastard of a draw. What I'm saying is, guys, I'm only basing this. You can call me miserable. You can say Arsenal had a bad night. But let me tell you something straight. Man City wouldn't do this, innit? A big team wouldn't do this to themselves. This is why we're nowhere near their level. This is why even before last night, I wasn't confident about the Man City game. If Saka's out, we've got no chance. Because Odegaard, fuck it, I don't care who I offend. Do you know what I mean? You're all my real ones. But you need your captain to turn up last night when you're playing in France, Champions League, and you're playing pretty shit. He goes missing again. In fact, Arteta had to take him off. That's how shit he was playing. Trossard for me, guys. For you lot that are on a love fest with this guy, for me, he's an impact player. Might be slightly harsh, but he's better off the bench. He turns up for me off the bench. When you start him, he does fuck all. I do believe he started against Fulham. We drew the game, 10 men Fulham. Fuck all. But we finished second. None of them are good enough. Yeah, we'll finish. Yeah, still second, but we've. Yeah, we are second, but we'll finish top. And I'm sure we will, bro. Because at the end of the day, but then again, I'm not that confident, because why would we be confident we're going to finish top, guys? This geezer has went out the Europa League to Olympic Ios. I'm only saying what I see. And he's now getting defeated to Lens with his full team out there. Like, I don't get it. I'm hearing two horrible stories, bros. I'm hearing the one, not the super fans, I don't listen to them. But the people that are trying to play it safe, the people that don't want to get things wrong, like I'm ballsy up on my social media, Twitter and everything. I say it the way it is. That's why I'm a one-off, Danny AFC TV, innit? But I'm hearing he gets a late fitness test on Saturday. So if he gets a late fitness test Saturday, Luca, that means it isn't bad. Then I'm hearing from other guys it is a hamstring injury and it's 3 to 4 weeks. So we'll find out more any minute. What happened to your new thing? What do you mean? The top? The actual top? Well, go on, dedication. I lost enthusiasm after I couldn't get my bath today because my phone kept on ringing. Mikel got it all wrong when I even mentioned about Saka. Hold on. Mikel got it all wrong when I mentioned about Saka on stream. What do you mean by that, Luca? As in he shouldn't have played him? Well, I didn't believe he played him, but we lost. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, bros. Didn't see it. Newcastle is definitely the most interesting one. Most definitely. And shouts out to the Geordies. Why, yeah, man, fog on the time. And all that sort of shit. But they're doing Newcastle proud. Going to be out for 2 weeks, I'm hearing. Back after break. Possibly, bros. But then there is the fitness test thing. Danny, if Newcastle get out of their group, massive disrespect to Eddie Howe. Yep, exactly. If we fail to get out of this group, Arteta should be sacked. But he won't. I truly believe this will be Arteta's last season. What do you base that on? No way, bros. You know what I mean? They're going to give him a new deal, bros. Do you not trust in me? How many times do I get things wrong? Trust in me. He's going to get a new deal, bros. Is the big man what's going on, Lee? Just in case you didn't see it, Lee. What do you think of Arsenal's new effort? Do you think the men will wear this top even one time this season? Will the men rock the top once? Give it a ratings out of 10. That is the Arsenal 4th kit for men or the new ladies away. Exactly, bros. And that's the thing. From once you don't know their manager or any of their players, guys, we're really good with not football knowledge. And you know what, yeah? I knew Eli Wahi. I bet most of the fucking super fans that talk about football didn't even know Eli Wahi. But I was mentioning him on the stream. I was mentioning how he was terrorizing Tomiyasu. And then he scored. My rant? Yeah, bro, but the rant has to be consistent. You got to keep ranting, blah, 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 or it has to be a rant, and then it can't be, we will finish and get out of the group. Like, but, yeah, not telling you how to run your shit. I'm not a fan of Linda McCartney, 2 out of 10. Well, she was vegetarian, and I can't say I knew her to judge her. Like a what? That Lons keeper looks decent. Don't know, don't really notice him. I lack of chances. Definitely out Sunday. Your bandage on your finger was bigger than your rant. I love it. I love it. What's he got bandages on his finger for? But I heard, I didn't see the game, but I heard we were poor. We were worse than poor, Heather, to be honest with you. We were terrible. As I'm saying, my knowledge, I reckon, sorry to say, anyone that's upset, is second to none. I didn't know none of their players. I knew Eli Wahi, and that was it. And he made his reputation not at Lons. I knew him from last year at Montpellier. It really is all or nothing. And bros, what a bastard. I don't know if Stones played tonight, but I bet John Stones is back to take Rodri's place. So we're further fucked. Man City go, you know Arteta will play him. Most definitely, bros. But what do you do if you're Arteta? You're a one-trick pony, as Hussein Dream will call him. And you haven't really got a backup plan. Guys, do be getting the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. 11 of us in the building. So I do expect at least 11 likes on the video. Will quit the city. He won't, bruv. He won't. He never quit while he was 8th. He never quit when Europa League, you know what I mean? We should be getting to the final, but we're getting knocked out by PSV or Olympiacos, respectively, this season. He even said he was close to quitting last season. Why would he when we finished second? He's a liar, bruv. Quitting last season. For me, he knows he's not the right manager for our football club. And that's what I said. But he continues to do bad things, bruv. Just because you don't like Tavares or Tierney, and they've done something that's obviously offended you, you shouldn't let a club go into a Champions League, a club as big as Arsenal Football Club, back in the Champions League, having won only only one orthodox left back at the club, Zinchenko. Other people would be questioning, or other boards and other directors of football would be questioning the signing of Kai Havertz. Not at Arsenal, it's all relaxed. Other directors of football or other owners would be questioning, why would you give Nelson a 5-year deal on 100 grand a week and then hardly ever use him? Unless you got no Trossard or Martinelli. Same with Nketiah. 100 grand a week. What the fuck for? What did he do to deserve it? So now, bruvs, he won't be sacked. And he won't quit. Because he's never going to get a job as big as Arsenal, bruv. So why would he walk out on that? He's not going to walk out on it, bruvs. No way. I remember when McCartney died. It was back in 1998. I was in New York at the time with Barbara. Wow. Wow. You're a man full of knowledge. You know, you're a man of wealth and taste. Woo woo. What song is that? Please forgive me. I don't know what song's going on around. Shouts out to the real ones, Joe and John RB. Respect my guys. I'll fucking take a picture of it, clip it. I have clipped it. What do you mean clip it, bruvs? Do you mean just show it to everyone? I clip all of your message, brother. But this one's turning me on even more. So I'm going to take a picture of it. And it will ever be there on my phone and the date. Because, brother, I've been told after Ben White and Zinchenko sign new deals, Arteta will be next. Do you know what I mean? For all his great work. And ask you, what is this great work? Do you know what I mean? We bottled the league, bros. Brendan Rodgers crumbled, bros. You know what I mean? Was never the same manager after he bottled the league at Liverpool. I wonder how similar was it? I wonder was Liverpool more or less points ahead of us in January? And then we bottled it. He made the wrong signings in January. Not people that would come in and boost or G a team up. He bought people that would come in and just depress the situation. Are you doing a little watch along for Sunday? Of course I am. I do every watch along. I only missed Bournemouth because I was fucking unwell, Heather. So yeah, definitely, most definitely. I'll tell good. I'm walking away. I got the day off. Lovely, Heather. That's what we like to hear. Most definitely. And I'll always be here every night at 10 p.m. If I had time today, I was going to cover Newcastle, PSG. I wish I did. I'm walking away. Cause we're knocked out of Champions League. I'm walking away. He never will, bros. He never, ever, ever will. He doesn't get it, bros. As I said, if he had learned from previous mistakes, I wouldn't be so anti-Arteta and praying for the day he walks away, like you say in Craig David terms. Because he never done it when he was 8th. He didn't do it when we couldn't qualify for Europe. He didn't do it... mate, he's just not done it. You know what I mean? And he ain't going to do it. Because the super fans will make him feel better and keep saying it's an improvement. Even if we finish 4th this year, somehow it would be an improvement. You know what I mean? Because we was in the Champions League. We're just trying to juggle, managing too many games in a week. Bollocks. Do you know what I mean? Seriously. It doesn't take normal managers 3 and 6 and 12 years to get it right. Because, again, hence why Jose Mourinho always hated Arsene Wenger. Because he was like, he's the master of failure. I can't go 1 year at Chelsea or AC Milan or wherever I go, or Inter Milan, Man United or Roma. I can't go a year or two without winning shit because I get sacked. You know what I mean? And the fact that Arsene Wenger earned more than him when he was at Chelsea pissed him off as well. That's why Mourinho always hated Wenger. There you go. Hurt Mertesacker incoming. You watch. Wow. That's a statement and a half about a watch along for Newcastle West Ham on Sunday. Is it before or after? If I have time, mate, I'll definitely do it. I wanted to do Newcastle tonight. But all of my focus on Sunday, of course, will be Arsenal Man City. Most definitely, mate. But who knows? I will. I've got nothing against them old Hammers. Wow, that's a statement. So what Craig is saying, Arsenal wouldn't learn from their mistake again. If we sacked Arteta, or Arteta, let me just get a drink, or Arteta walked away, what Craig is telling us is, is we will give the job to another novice, to a guy that isn't qualified to be doing the job, basically. And again, I say that is not good enough. No way near, not even close. Just not good enough, guys. But whenever mate Craig says that, that's just unbelievable. Imagine if you were right, it's genius. Where was the bottle opener? Where was the bottle? There it is. Do you know what? Fuck it, I made Craig right. Arsenal will be the only club in the world, yeah? The only club in the world of planet football, yeah? That would sack a novice manager and bring in another novice manager. That's what I mean. Whether it's Arsenal, the board, or Arteta, no one learns from their mistakes, bruv. So, no way. If we finished fourth this year and got knocked out of the Champions League straight away, got knocked out of the FA Cup, League Cup at the very next opportunities of asking, they still wouldn't sack him. Do you know what I mean? It would take a hell of a lot for them to sack Arteta. They've backed him, they've gave him money. Do you know what I mean? They even done what they normally do what they don't normally do last January, bro. They even gave him money in January. Because we were involved in a title race. Her and Paul were married for 29 years before she passed away with breast cancer. Yeah, man. And she was vegetarian. That's what I can most definitely tell you about Linda McCartney. If I was at Chelsea, he would have been sacked 6 times. Exactly. But to be honest with you, I'm not saying Chelsea are right how they go about their business buying or firing managers or players or staff. What I'm saying is, though, this is the more disturbing thing. Chelsea wouldn't even hire a novice. Do you know what I mean? The Lampard thing, fuck it, he's like their top scorer, fans' favourite. This is down to opinions, but I hated Arteta from the day he walked in. I know it's harsh, but a couple of days before he walked in, if my memory serves me correct, we lost 8-2 to Man United and just lost Fabregas and fucking Nasri to Man City and Barcelona, respectively. Arteta wasn't the guy I wanted. I wanted a statement signing. You've just lost the skipper, Fabregas, and Nasri, and you give me Arteta. So on that basis alone, I've always hated Arteta. So again, I'm only answering the question for myself. Frank Lampard, fans' favourite, blah, blah, blah. Chelsea sacking everyone, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. They probably run out of people to hire. Do you know what I mean? At that moment. That's how quick they go through managers. But what I'm predicting is if Arteta was available tomorrow and they sacked Pochettino tomorrow, I actually doubt they'll even interview Arteta. That is the more disturbing bit for me. Then the Crumpers will choose Mertesacker. You watch because it's a never cheaper option for them like it was Arteta. And I get that. That means no one's learned. That means, as I said, you're saying Arteta should go, resign, la, la, la. I still say he would make the same mistakes season in, season out. If you get injuries at the club, why would you leave yourself with only one left back? But you're in pre-season, you've got 3. But he played Tommy there, he played Jacob there, because he didn't want to play Tavares or he didn't want to play Tierney, because they weren't a part of his plans. So why wasn't one signed? And as much as I agree with that, I just don't think they'll sack him. I know, bro. And Emery should never have been sacked. Which, again, unless we want to open up that can of worms, I don't know what else to say about Emery. All I can say is, and Craig will definitely remember the history. I'm not saying no one else don't know the history of Arsenal. When Bruce Rioch was given the Arsenal job, yeah, I'm pretty certain, even though he didn't get a 1-year deal, there must have been something written into it where we don't pay you all your compensation when we sack you. I am pretty certain they always knew Wenger was coming in. Do you know what I mean? Yeah? Hence why perhaps they never backed George Graham when the bung thing come out, as much as some of the fans at the time thought we should be backing Graham more and trusting him. But I think they brought in a manager as a 1-year stopgap, and it was called Bruce Rioch. Hence when Ian Wright asked to leave the club, because Bruce Rioch was so racist and just wouldn't play him in the end. I believe like someone like David Dean in the club told Ian Wright, don't worry, he's gone at the end of the season. Because Chelsea spoke to Ian Wright and Ian Wright spoke to Chelsea. And that move was happening. And I'm never wrong. Go check your history, people. I don't think he'll walk. See, I don't know him personally, do I? I only can listen to the bullshit he talks. And again, I'm going to base this, bros. He won't walk because he's so stubborn, so stupid, and is up his own arse. Again, Yui, answer this question. We're on smoke. You done know, innit? Shouts out to Galatasaray. Defend them! Seriously, Zaha. Ramos Hudson looks good. Yep. Do you know what I mean? Wouldn't surprise me. Do you know what I mean? And we need a striker. But let's answer this question. Yui, has Arteta learned from previous mistakes? Yeah. Sending Saliba out on loan. Did he learn from it? Well, it's hard to tell. How about with the injuries we always get? We had 3 left backs in the summer, yeah? Now we've got 1. If Zilly gets injured, we're fucked. We're in yellow for Gallo. Of course, bruvs. Of course. Do you know what I mean? Galatasaray! Most definitely, bruv. Seriously, big up Galatasaray as well. Coming over here and beating Man United. The difference in budgets, the difference in everything. Do you see a bit of heart? Do you know what I mean? Imagine what Galatasaray would have done to Arsenal last night. And this is what I mean. So Arteta, because I don't know if you're reading these things, Yui, but Craig reckons he would walk. For me, he won't. Because he's never going to get a job like Arsenal again. A big club to let him do what the fuck he wants as a novice. Just little things. Refusing to play Thomas Partey, bruvs. If this was a guy, yeah, Gunnar Forever, Craig, if this was a guy fearing for his job, wouldn't you play Thomas Partey in the central midfield? Instead of giving him 0 minutes? Why would you put him on the bench if he's not match fit? Or can't play the last 20 minutes when we go 2-1 down? But you're refusing to bring Havertz off. He hasn't learned. He gave away for 0 just on loans, yeah? 2 perfectly good left backs. I don't care if you keep Tierney or Tavares. All I want is 2 left backs at the club. 2 players for every position. Just doing that little move alone makes me know Arteta doesn't genuinely care about Arsenal. Because if you cared about Arsenal, one of them left backs would have stayed, or you'd have brought in a loan or a stop back left back because you wanted them 2 guys gone so badly. That's a guy, yeah, that knows he ain't getting sacked and he can do what the fuck he likes and he's got no one to answer to. So what do you think, Yui? Answer that one for me. Has Arteta got the best interest of Arsenal at heart? Would you have kept one of the left backs, bruvs? Tavares or Tierney? I know you don't like Tierney, so Tavares then. That is right. But I doubt he'll do it, bruvs. And as I say, just to piss me off, just to show where Craig is super wrong, he'll play him at right back if he plays him, bruvs. Serious shit. He'll play him at right back. Oh, mate, I wish you would have him permanently. Do that horror movie Misery to him. Get him to the house, do you know what I mean? For a quick little date and an autograph, and then tie him to their bed. And we know the rest of what happens in Misery. Shouts out to you, Heather. He was very cool. When last season? What a crock of wank. What a crock of bollocks. At what point last season when we were top for the whole season? We were top for the whole season. Hold on, let me just read it. He was close to walking last season after challenging for a league title in 20 years. After challenging for a league title in 20 years. If Arteta doesn't challenge for a league title in a domestic cup this season, he will walk. Lego Man is in for Lego Man, that's all. Exactly. So if he would jeopardise Arsenal by selling both left backs, pissing off Partey, saying basically he wants him to leave, doesn't start Gabriel for the first 3 league games of the season because he obviously wanted to sell him to Saudi, that isn't the best for Arsenal Football Club. That is not good enough for Arsenal Football Club. 1 left back. Champions League or not, is not good enough for Arsenal Football Club. Very cheeky. Yep, exactly, Russ. Exactly. And Craig is really, really firm about this. But imagine, this is the bit this is where Craig, I think, has got it mixed up. He was very close to walking last season. Mate, he's had a lot worse seasons at Arsenal than the second. You know what I mean? Maybe the pressure got to him with Pep bringing him up. 1, 2, Pep is coming for you. You know what I mean? Mate, I don't trust what he says. He also says he would always do the best for Arsenal Football Club, but we've got one left back, Zinchenko. We've got 2 strikers. He terrorised Balogun out of the club. I don't believe a club the size of Arsenal Football Club and back in the Champions League for the first time in 6 years should have 2 strikers, especially 2 that fucking refuse to score goals. Guys, do be getting the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. That isn't the best for Arsenal Football Club. That isn't a guy about to walk away from the job. Yeah? A guy fearing for his job or something, bro, will do the best he can with that money in the transfer market. He would not get Keir Havertz for 65 mil. Do you know what I mean? And then play him centre midfield. That is a guy that's fully fucking tapped. The board are tapped. Edu's tapped. And he's running things. He knows he won't and can't be sacked for whatever reason. You know what I mean? And as for walking, what a crock of wank. He won't walk. He will say to a lot of the super fans what they want to hear. He'll talk a very good game. Why would you call me? Why would you call me? Mate, I'm live. It's not the time for phone calls. 10 o'clock. It never changes. Yeah. What? It shows I don't like him. Mate, we lost to Lons. I can't name one Lons player. Get into the chat and tell me. Seriously, I can't name one Lons player. That should be a wake-up call. Bros, I knew one of their players, 20-year-old Eli Wahi, and he made his fucking name at Montpellier. Yeah? When he gets battered against Man City on Sunday, I'm going to phone you during my live and say, again, mate, what have we done to go forward? How about letting 2 left-backs go in the summer, Tierney and Tavares, with no fucking transfer fees? Mate, he's a novice. That's the right thing you've just said. He's not an old school manager. He's a novice. But I'll continue this after my live. Mate, new school. So hold on. New school. So he puts Havertz in central midfield. Mate, none. Because none have come for him. Barcelona, none of the big, no team has come for him. But hold on, we're going to continue this. Shouts out to Dean, all the real ones. Obviously an Arteta fan. Do you know what I mean? I don't get it. And for every person that kind of does think fucking like Danny AFC TV or gives a genuine fuck about the club, do you know what I mean? The penny will drop eventually. Come close to leaving. Hold on. Dan Arteta even said that he come close to leaving last season. Look it up if you don't believe me. It's there for the whole world to see. But he can say anything because he will tell you tomorrow in a press conference if Zinni gets injured. Yeah, I've always done the best for the club, and the club is always the boss, and I'm the employee of the club, and while I am the manager, I'm going to do my best for the club. Yeah, best for the club. Seriously. Mate, couldn't agree more. I thought it'll be gone before Christmas or at the end of the season. Per sack incoming. Wow. They certainly do, Heather. And that is a huge problem. And that's where, you know what I mean? Football's like dominoes. And then when one goes down, the rest will. When one of these so-called people of someone like with a big YouTube account or someone just who's famous, you know what I mean, that talks or is a alleged Arsenal fan, when people start making noise, people start to listen. Do you know what I mean? At this moment, Heather, you've still got fans saying, yeah, I will literally see it on Twitter today. Fuck all of you idiot Arsenal fans. If Arteta says we must spend 65 million on Keir Havertz, I back him all the way. Certain fans won't even call it out if he's wasted 65 million pounds of our money. Arsenal ain't got 65 million pounds to fucking throw down the fucking drain. Then again, we've got a world-class central midfielder who he won't play in central midfield, or not on the evidence I've seen this season. He played him right back. And that'll be the 2 worst years of the club's fucking recent history. Because you'll definitely play the German Keir Havertz, do you know what I mean? Imagine that. But mate, it won't come to that. German people used to love a man whose name started with H. Oh God, look how that turned out. I don't know what you mean by that, brother, but Per Mertesacker will get a Per Mertesacker. Now imagine if Arteta just couldn't manage for whatever reason in the world from tomorrow onwards, which again won't happen. We ain't got that luck. That's the only thing I agree with you on. We probably would give it to some prick novice, yeah, who knows nothing about being a manager. Because I'm not just saying it's just Arteta or director of footballs or whatever you want to call them, yeah? Or the owners themselves, the Kronkers or the Josh. Doesn't Josh report to his dad what's going on? Does anyone question Arteta? Arteta, why are you playing Havertz central midfield? Why did you spend 65 mil on him? Just saying, you know what I mean? Some people think it's harsh what you done to Ramsdale. I don't personally, but you know what I mean? I'm bringing on someone. Because number one, he's so up his own arsehole, he wouldn't accept being demoted to number 2. He'd walk out immediately. Not that I would give a fuck. Do you know what I mean? Arsenal don't do what they should do. At the time of appointing, the prick Arteta, I can almost guarantee you Vieira wasn't in a job and Thierry Henry weren't in a job. Both inexperienced, we get that, but both could draw players. Both are regarded as legends. Both are globally known, You can go to Africa, you can go to America, you can go anywhere in the world. People know Henry, people know Vieira, because they're legends. Both captains who dragged and brought Arsenal to success, especially Vieira. Do you know what I mean? A genuine legend of the club. But Arsenal wouldn't give the manager's role to genuine legends who were unemployed at the time. Henry hinted he wanted the job, Vieira's always made no secret that he wanted the job. But we gave it to some cocksucker with no experience who was shit as a player at the club, who I never liked ever in his years at the club, But there you go. Rangers, you know. I wish he would, bros. It will probably come to that at some point in his career. But at this moment, he's so up himself, he's thinking probably Club Barcelona and Real Madrid and the greats want him. Do you know what I mean? Oh, shit. Guys, do be getting the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. But Craig, mate, if I believed you, mate, I'd be doing cartwheels right now, flipping the desk up and down. I'd be over the moon. Everyone tonight, miles at about Arteta. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And again, I don't believe the Barcelona hardcore fans really think Xavi is good enough for their job. But if you ask the same Barcelona fans, would you sack Xavi tomorrow and bring Arteta in? They're all going to tell you, fuck off, bollocks, you're a cunt. I'm going to be honest with you. If Barcelona wanted Arteta, bros, they would have come in for him. Same with Real Madrid. PSG change managers every year. None of the big clubs in the world, or so-called big clubs in the world, have come knocking on the door saying, Arteta, would you manage us? Because he's a fucking novice that can't do it at Arsenal. Why is it illegal? Why is it illegal to carry a knife? I thought you was free. Excuse me? DJ Smokey, you say what? Why is it illegal to carry a knife? I thought you was free. I don't actually get what you mean. How is Manny? I have no idea. Has to be under us. Oh, we talking about Phil? So I don't know. I don't need to carry knives. I thought it was directed at me. I don't know. I have no idea. Shouts out to you, DJ Smokey. Please get a like on the video. Do be subscribing as you is new. I don't know. I don't need to carry one of them, man. Then again, though, oh God, imagine this. Imagine getting stopped by police when you got a bunch of chef knives on you. My restaurant, obviously, I worked for the Ivy and they're pristine, so they get rid of their knives. They don't have a company to come around sharpening them, so they're getting rid of their knives. Obviously, they're meant to go in the bin. I took them home. Unbelievably, I got stopped in Newton Green that night. But obviously, I've got chef equipment on me, my uniform, blah blah blah. I'm getting a really funny message, something about everyone that wants Arteta to go. You're gonna have every day. Yeah, I don't know. I suppose maybe again, it depends on your. You know what I mean. I've been to court a million times, but not for nice. I know how they go on for my previous. I'm sure it depends on your previous, but it's one of them things I just look down on, innit? Like, why have you got a knife? Like I know factually. For whatever reason, if you said to protect myself, you'd get done for intent to use, say no questions. So you ain't also been arrested for possession of a knife, you're being done for intent to use. OD smashes PSG, Lego man losing to a team in 15th. Exactly. Oh my God, can we address the blah, blah, blah? Zero to say about that particular breed, bro. Yeah. All I will say is like, bollocks. None of them man have got driving license. I have never, and I've lived in. I come from Stamford Hill, yeah. So I've lived in Stamford Hill for many of fucking years. I get pulled over annually in Stamford Hill, even if I switch cars. And I'm not even going to say the word, but I'm sure DJ Smokey and everyone gets where I'm going. I have never seen one of them breed of people ever get pulled over by police. Tell me why. They're the worst drivers. Like they are literally the wickedest drivers. So yeah, bros, I don't know. The world's corrupt. I'm not going to get into it. You know what I mean? It's not that time. But thank you so much. I think I've said enough there to let you know, innit, what I really think. You know what I mean? I won't get into it. Like I don't want to get into it in a big thing. So I got a lot to say on that. Thank you, Phil, for having my back. But I'm not offended by what man said. And respect to you, bros. I hope you got a big like on the video. Are you a football guy? Let's talk, bros. I'm not one of them people that, you know what I mean, don't talk or don't like clip what people say or get all in my feelings because someone doesn't want to agree with me. I'm not that idiot. Respect to you, DJ Smokey, bros. Respect. Do you know what I mean? What else you thinking, though? You're a football brother? Again, without even clipping it, I'll clip it 100%. You know what I mean? 100. I could tell you some stories, bros, like literally. You know what I mean? No paranoia, no Illuminati, but rah, you know, seeing is believing on a couple of bits. Like, anyway, where are we? Shouts out to you, DJ. Right, PSG, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich would not take Arteta as their manager, even if Arteta would take that job, because he knows that after one season he'd be sacked. Exactly. That's why he won't walk away, boss. This is why he will not walk away. He'll run with this job until the wheels fall off, until it gets so bad, yeah, where it's getting toxic. The fans are going nuts, yeah. But we got a bunch of nice fans, so that's going to take a while. You know what I mean? We've got a bunch of nice fans out here. Wow. My backlight was out. He's an incredibly nice gentleman. And yeah, bros, that's because probably you're an incredibly nice gentleman. I'm honestly not talking, and I hope I'm not talking out of term, derogatory, or even in a bad way. In fact, I'm lying, actually. I have had a police officer that pulled me over that was actually really nice. And there was a certain smell in my car. He just was sort of like, bros, I know what you do, know your history, don't care about this smell. You've just gone through that red light, you know what I mean? So I'm going to give you a little pat down. Is that sweet? And I was like, sweet. So yeah, that was respectful. But then I've had an officer pull me, no smell in the car, yeah? And just because it's me and I wear a hat and bandana, they've called for police dogs, which they were informed over the radio that the police dogs are busy in Camberwell. We're in Stoke Newington, fucking North London. And blah, blah, blah. They still said they'd wait. And the dogs come, jumped all over me and my car, and then fucked off because there was nothing there. There was no apology. So, yeah. Biggest pricks in the world. And I found so it's a farmers league. Compared to the Premier League, it is a farmers league. Do you know what I mean? Like, there is no other team. Answer this genuinely, Craig. I'm not trying to disagree with you. But hand on heart as a football fan, just answer as hand on heart as a football fan. Do you believe there's any team capable of winning the French league apart from PSG? Come on, man. Bang. And I think what our fans, or what the people here are saying, what you don't agree with, is if Arsenal played PSG last night or tonight, we wouldn't have won 4-1. That's the factual bit. Oh, yeah, bros. Massive time. Do you know what I mean? Most definitely. That's a very strange one. Man, people text me at weird times. Guys, do be getting the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if we're new. DJ Smokey, what's your thoughts on the police then? Guys, 12 of us here. Please do be getting the likes on the video. I didn't even get the stream out there today. Let's have a little spot check on how many likes we got on the video, though. Shouts out to everyone here. Respect to all of you. Live. Oh, come on, guys. 5 likes. Please, real ones. There's Craig. There's Joe. Come on, guys. Can we have more than fucking that likes? Hold on. There's Craig. There's Joe. Let me just get the stream out there. So sorry, real quick, people. Try and encourage a few of the real ones to get in the fucking conversation. Where is everyone tonight? Do you know what? In fact, actually, fuck them. We don't need it. Guys. Can we please get some likes on the video? Thoughts of Man City now. Who is still confident? Thank you very much, brother. Who thinks we're going to beat Man City? Has the dashing down by Lons affected any of your confidence? I'm getting a lot of funny ads on the old Twitter as well, but let me get out of that. Shout out to Cam. Cam is watching. I've liked. Thank you. Cam, have you liked? DJ Smoke, are you still there? Craig, have you liked? Because there was literally 4 or 5 likes on that video, and that is unacceptable. Cam, what do you think of what Craig, the man himself, have said? Shouts out to you, Heather. Maybe it's YouTube just doing a funny one to me. I swear they fucking my views, everything, but that's a story for a different day. But it is a farmers league. Do you know what I mean? Compared to the Premier League. Their point is, though, would we handle opinion? Vinegar is the one over chips. I wonder what Yui really means by that. Because I know there'll be a subliminal message there. And I get everything Yui says, but I haven't clocked onto that one. Who knows? Maybe I'm having a bad day. Guys, do get the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. Who reckons we're going to beat Man City now? I don't know. I was really happy when I heard Roger is out, but now I hear Stones is back. And Saka, even if he's 20% fit, I think Arteta plays him. But fuck me, we badly need Starboy. Imagine this geezer hasn't missed a fucking game, has broken Paul Merson's fucking appearance record, or at least not appearance, as in league games in a row. He's played every game for 2 seasons now. And now he's going to be injured for Man City. Fuck me. And that's what I'm saying. Even that one player now. Makes me think we've got no chance of beating City. That's what I mean. No, that's Craig. He says he's walking. Craig even says and reckons that Arteta was close to walking last year. Mate, we were top of the league for the whole season. And then it collapsed and died. Oh, vinegar is the one over chips. Definitely, if there was no subliminal message there, UB. Vinegar first, then the salt, though. I know, mate. Craig reckons he's walking. And he was close to walking last year. Because he has Arsenal's best interest at heart. And finishing second wasn't good enough. Well, fuck me. That means he should be walking already. Because getting beat by Lons ain't good enough. As much as I love Craig's opinion, and I hope he puts another comment in, I'm not trying to annoy him, mate. I'm telling you, Arteta signs a new deal. Arteta would ruin this club and he won't give a fuck. He'll run until the wheels fall off, until the owners have no choice, until the fans get toxic. Because he'd have been gone fucking right at the start of his fucking tenure and career. Shout out to you. Well, I heard he was going to leave the season before last. Okay, and I think he's a liar. He says he'll always do the best for the club. In the summer, what did he do? He played fucking Jacob and Tomiyasu at left back in America and wouldn't give a minute, if Tavares wasn't even there, I don't think, to Tierney or Tavares, literally. And then loaned both of them out. We got no transfer fee. That's not the best for the club, bros. We've got one left back. If he gets injured, who goes there? A centre back. Jacob. Tomiyasu, who was shit yesterday. I don't think when you've got three left back. Anyway, bottom line is you have to have two players for every position. I'd like to think we should have more than two strikers, though. This is an Arsenal Football Club. A huge fucking name of football in the name of football, in the world of football. And we're back in the Champions League. And also, he had the benefit of knowing that Eddie and Jesus wouldn't score or can't score more than 10 a season, as they proved last year. Right in the middle of a title charge that we led for literally the whole fucking season and then flopped it right at the end. That's a Brendan Rodgers. Only Brendan Rodgers does that. And we see what happened to him after. But this guy will not resign. And the board will not sack him. Shouts out to everyone on the phone. Dean, if you're there, I'll definitely read all these in a minute. Shouts out to you, mate. I'm live, and yeah, just to read everything right now, it's just a mind fuck for me. But guys, do be getting the likes on the video, do be subscribing if you're new. Please follow me on TikTok, on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Facebook, Danny AFC TV, the same name as obviously the channel. I put a couple of videos out today, or the video today of the release of the new kit. It hasn't caught the attention of like over 80 likes, like, you know what I mean, the away. But there you go, there it is. Another 80 quid down. It's so new. Look, where is it? It's so new. There's even the tag. So I'll rock that in the morning. What do you think, guys? I don't know about the whole Linda McCartney thing around the badge. This was literally the last men's top in the shop in large, or I would have got an XL. Yeah, but WB went there, and they had none on the shelves. He asked, there are two behind the counter, one medium, one large. I made WB stand there and hold them till I got there. And I weren't even dressed. So yeah, I got it in large. There you go. 80 note. Now, all I can tell you is, it is the woman's away kit. It's just come out in men's sizes. So I don't know if it is a fourth kit, but they've charged the same amount, £80. And there is the one there, the 110 version, the player's edition is there. So I'd say it's the men's fourth kit. Shouts out to you, bros. Yeah, mate. Well, I tell you, mate, never should have got the job in the first place. Yeah. And you know what Craig said? I wish you were still here. To further fucking make it look crazier, but this is at Arsenal Football Club, so I kind of hear what he says. He goes, he'll be gone by Christmas and Mertesacker's taken over. Mertesacker, an ever novice. Imagine that. Imagine that, guys. Right, 54 minutes on the clock, guys. Please, have we got the likes on the video? Do be subscribing if we're happening to be new. There's nothing more I can say about the Lons game last night. A big team don't lose to Lens, who are 15th in the French league. Job done. I've got the greatest football knowledge in the world, second to none, literally. I literally couldn't name you none of their players apart from one, Eli Wahi. And that's because he was making it in France last season for Montpellier. So yeah, I don't know. It makes me wonder if we did get Newcastle's group, what the state of the fucking situation would be. Of course, against bigger teams, you raise your game. Whether we get beat 1-0 or 4-0 on Sunday to Man City, we'll raise our game. We'll look like we really tried. Is a minor hamstring. I'm hearing Saka's injury is a minor hamstring and should be available for a Man City game. We all know this arrogant manager will play him on Sunday. Oh, most definitely. Do you know what I mean? Again, you don't learn from your mistakes, mate. I swear you've played an injured player before. You know what I mean? Timber, hard to tell if that was Arteta's fault or what. Only Arteta and Timber know. But I had fucking some horrible feelings when he pulled up in that first half, you know what I mean? Why would I lie, Cam? Why would I lie? I was as shocked as you, brother. I was as shocked as you. But yeah, the arrogant manager will play him on Sunday. But mate, who knows? The decision could be out of his hands because this is a kid that never comes off the pitch, has never missed a league game. Should he have even played? But then again, Trossard, well, no, Trossard played, but Martinelli wasn't there. Should he have even played? But then again, we lost. That shows it, yeah. He needed every one of our big guns on the pitch, which I find incredible. But Craig reckons he'll be out by Christmas, he'll walk. You know what I mean? Which again, I can't see it, which won't happen. My prediction is by Christmas he signs a new deal, whether in good form or bad. But that's the only bit I thought that makes sense what Craig said. Because we gave, it's like the same way I say Arteta hasn't learned from his mistakes, sending Saliba out on loan. Not having more than one left back at the club, letting Sione and Tavares go. He had the benefit of a title charge last year. If we had a striker like Harry Kane that scores 30 a season, yeah? Or Haaland, better still, that scores 50 a season, we win that league. He didn't try to sort it out in January. He bought Jacob, a Polish kid I've never heard of. Bought a midfielder, Jorginho, that fucking no one well, I didn't want. Yeah? And Trossard, we know what I think of Trossard. You know what I mean? Wasn't the player we needed to help us in the title charge. Anyway, we collapsed and we didn't win the title. But this year, you know what I mean? At the start of the season, before a ball was kicked, I could tell you we weren't fucking in a title challenge again. And we probably wouldn't finish second. And I based that on we've got no left backs. He let Tavares and Tierney go. Like, you'd think we got big fees for them. And for me, he never got a striker that I thought we desperately needed. But this is the guy that spent 65 million on Kia Havertz and then put him in central midfield. So this is a guy that knows his job is safe, doesn't give a fuck, and he can do what the fuck he likes. Even Balogun, on fire last season, yeah? Farmers League or not. But he didn't go PSG or Marseille, or one of the better teams in France. You know what I mean? He went to a shit team. Again, I could name you none of their players. And Craig or Karen could name you none of their players, I would imagine. Because they're shit. And he smashed it. Top scorer. You know what I mean? What was his reward? Get the fuck out of the club. Why wouldn't he have been given a chance? Is Nketiah and Jesus that good that you couldn't have fucking tested Balogun? Really? That ain't good enough, bros. And that bit I agree with you about fucking Mertesacker. They'll do something as dumb as that. You know what I mean? Alright, cool. And I'm going to say again, whether it's Christmas, so sorry, I didn't add to the end of the season. He'll get a new deal. He won't walk. He won't be sacked. Yeah, mate. Exactly. Exactly. So again, Cam, what I said to Craig, you haven't learnt from your mistakes, and genuinely, you don't do what's best for the club. You do not do what's best for the club. Because you wouldn't go through a Premier League, yeah, and a title charge and Champions League football with just one left back. I believe if you had a striker that scored goals last year, you win the league. Not the two pricks that can't score over 10. Brothers, you know what my feelings are about Balogun. I said it all summer. Just like I said, I know he'll never play for the club. And again, I'm never wrong. Guys, please hit the likes on the video. 1 hour in. Please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. Why was Florian Balogun not given a chance? Scored in his America debut. And surely any good Premier League and Champions League club need 3, perhaps even 4 strikers. But at minimum 3. You know what I mean? But he sold Balogun and left it with the same 2 geezers last year. The same 2 that I said wasn't good enough to lead our attack. And yes, I'm including Jesus. How many games has Jesus played, and how many has he scored for Arsenal? In my wonderful opinion, that's not enough. And that is not the type of striker that leads you to winning titles. Hence why Pep didn't like him or even play him in his last season. He used to play Grealish and Foden as a false 9. Or anyone at the fucking club, as long as it weren't Gabriel Jesus. And then collected 45 mil from Arsenal. But again, he never learned from all of that because he spent 65 mil with Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? For Keir Havertz. And central midfield, as I said, we'll see what happens. Does he play Thomas Partey on Sunday, or does he play Keir Havertz in central midfield? My heart and my soul tells me he'll play Keir Havertz. That is not a guy that genuinely gives a fuck about the club. Has cost us everything and would end up. Yeah, exactly. And any self-respecting manager or a manager who cares about the club, like he says, yeah, the club is the priority. The club, I do my best for the club. Fuck your bollocks talk. That's why I don't believe anything he says, or that he was close to quitting last year. He's talking bollocks. He would never walk. He would never quit because he's a fucking arsehole. Do you know what I mean? No one dared to question him. Why did you buy Havertz? No one there. Edu was a professional footballer at Arsenal. He should have been man enough to say, bro, we can't sanction 65 mil for Havertz. And then what? To fuck around and put Partey at right back at the start of the season and Havertz in the centre of midfield. Are you shitting me, Craig, or anyone else out there? It don't make sense. But let's see. Sunday, Manchester City. Yeah? Will he shut Danny up? Drop Havertz to fuck? Yeah? And put Thomas Partey in the midfield? I don't think he will. And let me put another prediction on this. If Thomas Partey was to ever play, yeah, he's more likely to play right back. Who does that? Unless you don't give a fuck about the club. But all he could do is right now, yeah, but it would mean he made a mistake, yeah, and he won't want to admit he made a mistake. He's too up his own ass. Drop him now. Play Thomas Partey. Jesus for me as a winger, not a striker. He can play as one, but not the level needed to win trophies. And yeah, I get that. Might sound a bit harsh, but for me, he's just a backup. Do you know what I mean? If you had a good striker, if you had a Haaland, if you had a Kane, etc., do you know, or any just cunt that scores goals, he'd be a decent backup. You know what I mean? Tries hard, good work rate, but at the end of the day, mate, stats don't lie. Pep didn't want him. You know what I mean? Because he didn't score enough. Brazil don't start him. They start with fucking Richarlison. That should say a lot right there. Richarlison fucking son. But most people always agree with Arteta. Richarlison is a chump. Look at him. Okay, still plays for fucking Brazil. Well, I can take any sort of deficit and slap on the chin if you was right, but a full Tottenham kit, mate. Like, anything realistic, bros, I couldn't put a Tottenham kit on. Who would I ask to borrow me a Tottenham kit? Ugh, it might burn my skin, bros. Oh, definitely, mate. I'll do an hour stream dedicated to Craig. Craig is a genius. Craig saw it all coming. You know what I mean? Over and over again. Hence why I took a picture. You know what I mean? I'll take a picture of that as well. You know why? Because I will do any deficit, maybe not the Tottenham one, that you liked, mate. I don't know. What could I do on the stream that would be totally against Danny's principles? I don't know. But wearing a Tottenham kit? I love it though, Craig. Shouts out to you, brother. I wonder what made you think all these things. Did you just wake up this morning, or I don't know? It just shows how fucked up Arteta's thinking is, not knowing where Havertz plays in our team. He just doesn't fit square pegs in round holes and all that. Exactly. That is not a guy that's worrying about his job or worrying about the interests of Arsenal. Yeah? When we bought Havertz, I honestly thought it was to challenge Nketiah. Yeah? I knew it was Balogun's career done, but that was done anyway. I thought it was to challenge Nketiah and Jesus up front. Not that I agreed with it, but I knew he wouldn't play attacking mid, because that's Odegaard and the captain's role. But central midfield, are you taking the piss out of me? Premier League. The Premier League. Shouts out to Dean. He must be high, because I've got loads of messages. Let me see what the last one said. If he wins weekend with his choice. I don't understand that. I'll read that in a minute. If you're wrong, I think that we need 2 players for every position. I think you're wrong. If you think that we need 2 players for every position, that's the old way of thinking. Is what about football players being able to play in more than one position? And I agree with that. Everyone needs a utility man. Everyone needs a guy that can muck in and play. Look what John Stones does at Man City. The thing is, bro, though, John Stones does it well at Man City. Whether it's fucking central midfield he's asked to play, left back, right back, or central defence. It's unreal. You know what I mean? If he wins the weekend with his choice, Dan, what? From Tottenham Ground. What? A live from Tottenham Ground mixed in with fans while they're playing a match. I'd pay you for your ticket. You want me to go to a Tottenham Ground? Number one, I'm actually fucked up. Mate, believe me, and WB is my witness. I've tried to drive into the ground in a full Arsenal top because I was going to do a video from there, a little download. But, yeah, there's security there where you can drive your car through, believe it or not. So I'll do a live in Tottenham because I feel no way about their fans and blah, blah, blah. On a match day would be so tricky because obviously I'd like my car in case I need to drive away or jump or drive over anyone, you know what I mean? But, mate, I'll do any challenge if we beat Tottenham at the weekend. I'll do a live from the Tottenham Ground. I don't give a fuck what any of them Tottenham fans think. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's finally back in training. Stones, is he fit enough for Sunday? Because my point being on that is, bros, John Stones ain't a central midfielder, a left back or a right back. But, bros, if Guardiola tells you to do something, you just do it. Or you train in a way and in a fashion so you're ready and capable for the role. I speak factually, bros, and on the evidence that I see. You know what I mean? Some people do think I'm negative. Bros, losing to Lons is bad. But we had nothing to really repair it. Nketiah on the bench. Well, fuck me. What, is he upset with him now as well? Or was he saving him for the Man City game? Because he didn't bring him on. Why? Because Nketiah can't save shit. You know what I mean? But, bros, don't worry about Stones, innit? Because whatever 11 Guardiola puts on the field, you know what I mean? We'll put in a shift for him. They always do. That's why you win Champions League. That's why you win league titles. Again, when people say to me, why do you say Arteta can't win the league? Look when Liverpool won the league, fam. They were fucking literally flawless. In the first 28 league games Liverpool played, they fucking won 27. That was 27 wins in a row. Can you see Arteta and Arsenal winning? Because, Bobs, I'm telling you what, right now, Dedication TV, Robert, Cam, Craig, yeah, we can still win the league right now. Ain't like we're far behind, yeah? But can we do a Liverpool and in 28 games go undefeated? And in that 28, win 27 in a row. I'm telling you, right, bomber clock, bomber fire to Ross. Yeah? No, we can't. But there is super fans out there that will tell you we probably can. But maybe after a couple more transfer windows or whatever bullshit will fly out of their mouths. When Liverpool won the league, they were fucking flawless, faultless, perfect. Yeah? Because Guardiola must have been just waiting all that Ross Clark season. They've got to draw one. They've got to slip up. And it didn't happen, mate. And I believe when it comes to the game, when Man City had to believe Liverpool, I believe it was 2-2. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying to Craig or anyone else or Robert. Robert, please come at me. You know what I mean? Everything I say is factual. Put anything there, bruvs, and I promise you, as the Lord is watching me, because I'm not saying this for any whatever reason will I be speaking. It's just straight from the heart and it's very factual. You know what I mean? If Arteta was genuinely looking to become a world-class manager, well, I don't even give a fuck about that. Just genuinely had Arsenal's best interests at heart. That's the first thing. I'd be Arteta in and I'd be down for Arteta. But season after season, it's stupid mistakes. You know what I mean? $125. Yeah. And again, and Liverpool probably got more points. I think we spoke about this. Liverpool got a similar amount of points, but we drew too many, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Yeah? Right now, even that record isn't guaranteed winning the league. Yeah? Because it was too many draws. How many points was that, Craig? 91, 89? I don't know. Man City can finish in the 90s comfortably, bros. And again, if a team pressure them that much, they'll just up their game, up the levels. You know what I mean? But for me, we don't up the levels. After last season, being top for the whole fucking year, yeah? You'll look back and thought, what actually cost us this title? For me, there was a couple of things. We had two strikers that can't score goals. Even in a league title run, when everything was going our way. You know what I mean? We were fucking unstoppable before January and everything. Yeah? And the Saliba injury. Well, he's never brought in another centre-back in case Saliba got injured again. In fact, he sold one, Rob Holding. Yeah? Tried to piss off Gabriel to fuck off to Saudi. Signed Kia Havertz, yeah? Because he wants to fuck off Thomas Partey to Saudi. You know what I mean? We'll see if I ain't right on that. And we'll see if Thomas Partey starts against Man City on Sunday in the centre of midfield. That isn't the best for the club. How many right backs was at the club on the first day of the season against fucking Nottingham Forest? Yeah? And he put Partey at right back. We had Tomiyasu, we had Ben White, and we had just bought a natural fucking right back from Ajax called Timber. Or is anyone forgetting this? Please, one of you, that disagree with anything I say, let's just cut the crap. And I'd like one answer from you. But I'm sure you won't do it because it's, for me, unanswerable. With 3 right backs, or at least 3 people that can play right back, yeah? Let's not include the Cedric Suarez and shit like that. With 3 players that play right back, yeah? Why did you, on the first day of the season, play Thomas Partey at right back, yeah? Timber at left back, and Havertz in central midfield? Craig, answer that in any sensible manner, and I'll take any forfeit you like. I'd even wear a Tottenham shirt. Okay, 90. And again, I don't know at the top of my head yet, but I'm sure you can all go and check. Yeah? I don't know. How do you ask Google quickly? How many times in the last 4 seasons has Man City finished with over 90 points?
I found this on the web.
Let's have a quick look if this will tell me quickly, yeah? Seasons. Let's have a look at seasons. Oh, it's trying to bring me back a few years ago. Guys, there's another way to do this, surely. Right, Prem. Where's the points, you fucker? Right. 94 goals. Right. Second, first. Where's the points, for fuck's sake? Goals scored, la la la. That must be it. Last season, I believe, 89, 93, 86, 81, 98, 100. Yeah? So the one season they finished second to Liverpool, they got 81 points, yeah? These are the levels out here. They've had 100 points. With all respect, that pisses over what Craig said, our invincible year, yeah? We got 90 points. The year after, hold on, so sorry, where am I? Fucking idiot. Anyway, right, 100 points. The year after, 98. The year after, Liverpool won it, 81. Then 86 points, then 93. So consistently, they seem to score over 90 points. What I'm saying is, even if Arsene Wenger was here and we could go invincible, bros, there's no saying we win the league. You have to be perfect. Thank you, Cam. A team could go the season undefeated and still get relegated, 38 draws. Yeah, again, we're just saying, bros, that's not going to happen, and I get your point, though. Only conceded 18 Premier League goals all season. Phenomenal. Yeah, and that's one thing Pep probably does still do. His teams concede, for me, too many goals. By the end of the day, they win league titles and Champions League. He can probably live with it. I'd say it's less. I'd say it's less because I know factually he hasn't scored 20 league goals for Arsenal. So how's he added another 20, bruvs? Sound like I thought someone's calling my name. Yeah, how's he added almost another 20? He hardly scored for Leeds. Bollocks, he ain't scored 39 goals. How many goals has Eddie Nketiah scored in his career?
Eddie Nketiah has 16 goals during his Premier League career.
16 Premier League, but I didn't ask that. How many goals has Eddie Nketiah scored in his career?
Eddie Nketiah has 16 goals during his Premier League career.
So 16, yeah? I said 20. I overrated the fucking idiot. 16 goals in his Premier League career. Wait, Haaland scores that in about 5 games. And fans think we can win the league. That sums it up. 16 goals. 16 goals just last season alone wouldn't have been good enough for me because we finished second. But it would have done. This guy can't score over 15 in a year. Bros, where do you find all them goals from, Cam? I'll try once more. He couldn't have. How many goals in all competitions has Eddie Nketiah scored in his career?
Eddie Nketiah has 16 goals during his Premier League career.
Bros, he's got 16 league goals. I think you're trying to be nice to him, saying 39. Cam, that's more than Chelsea scoring goals this season, but I don't think it's right. I don't think it's factual though. Inexcusable. There you go. Question, Danny, were Arsenal fans disappointed when we finished 12th in the league under George Graham? No, they weren't because we won 2 trophies that year. I remember it. Brosby ain't won 2 trophies. He's won 1. He didn't play all the games. We should have got beaten in the quarterfinal by Sheffield United. If it wasn't for Martinez being a genius in goal and Aubameyang scoring goals, we wouldn't have won that FA Cup. But I understand where you're going, and I actually remember the season, mate. And I went to Wembley against Sheffield Wednesday, believe it or not. Yeah, Andy fucking Linnigan. I know I wouldn't have been happy with 12th, but yeah, winning 2 domestic trophies in that era, bros, winning them 2 just domestic trophies is even bigger than now. So I get your point. But he drops out of the domestic trophies at the first time of asking. Look at last season. I was even shocked with the Brentford result. But I hear you. But it ain't going to happen. Bros, hold on, whoa. So before I read that, yeah, I don't ever remember Partey playing for Ghana or Atletico Madrid at right back, but sweet, who gives a fuck? What I do know is if you ask Thomas Partey, do you want to play at right back, he would say, no way. Anyway, with Ben White, mate, this is where you don't get it. Oh, sorry, I thought that was Craig. But mate, hold on. I thought it was Craig. But let me just say straight. With Ben White, your right back, yeah, usual right back, played the whole of last season, finished second. You've just bought a right back called Timber. You've got Tomiyasu, yeah, another guy that predominantly plays right back for you. But you play Partey at right back. Mate, that was the inexcusable thing. If you've got no one in the squad, and all 3 of the above players, like I might have played him against the other right back in our squad, Cedric, but I didn't even count him, mate. That's 4 if you want to be pedantic. Would Pep Guardiola, with 4 fit right backs in his squad, play a central midfielder at right back, yeah, and play Havertz in the midfield? We know it's no, and no, because Guardiola isn't a cunt who would spend 65 on Havertz, and he ain't a cunt with 4 fit right backs in his squad. You know what I mean? He plays his brand new right back at left back. Why loan off Tierney and Tavares? Or why are you putting your new right back at left back? Come on, mate. I can't spell it out for everyone. Right, it's because Partey played right back for Atletico Madrid for maybe 5-10 games when they were really short. So I thought, bingo, I can use him there. A genius. Bingo. As you said, Atletico would have been a bit short. So why, Cam? Maybe you understood it. Where the fuck has he scored 37 goals for us? He scored 16 league goals. So he scored over double the amount of league goals he scored for the club in cup competitions. Let me ask Google this a different way. How many cup goals has Eddie Nketiah scored in his Arsenal career? How many cup goals has Eddie Nketiah scored in his Arsenal career?
Here's what I found.
Eddie Nketiah. Can you just not give me an answer? Rather than making me read all this bullshit. He's talking about Chelsea's on the fucking fours. All right, mate. Even if you were right, 37. In how many years? 3, 4, 5 years? Ireland does that in just over half a season. Mate, I know it was 93. I was fucking at Wembley, bros. Seriously. Watching Sheffield Wednesday, Paul Warhurst, Waddle. But anyway, Cam, yeah. Sorry. I thought it was Craig. With 4 right backs, mate, you don't play Partey at right back and Havertz in midfield. Seriously. Yeah, exactly. 6 or 7 years. Exactly. Can you imagine what Haaland has scored in 6 or 7 years? Shouts out to you, Craig. I know it was 93. The era of managers at this point in time with Arsenal played all of the same games and the same results. You'd be making excuses for them. Not at all. I'm talking about what's in front of us. Seriously, mate. That's the biggest load of bollocks I've ever heard. I'm arguing particularly about Eddie Nketiah. Cam is saying here, Eddie Nketiah has scored 39 goals for Arsenal in 6-7 years. I think that's a pathetic record. But I don't know if that's factual. Let me tell you what I know is factual. Eddie Nketiah in 6-7 years has scored 16 Premier League goals for Arsenal. What I can tell you, Robert, is that doesn't win you Premier Leagues, and that's factual. That is factual, my brother. If Vieira Henry manages Arsenal at this point in time, with them playing all the same games and the same results, I don't know, making excuses for them. I tell you what I would do. See, I take your point there. Where Arteta wasn't one of my favourites, where I never liked him as a player at all, never wanted him at the club, never thought he was good enough. He never got 1 cap for Spain. I think Cesc Fabregas done that when he was 17. Just saying. Do you know what I mean? If you're good enough, Bobs, you're good enough. You know what I mean? He was never good enough to play for the club. But cut all that shit, yeah? Because he couldn't have signed himself. That was Arsene Wenger's fault, the fucking wanker. Let me just cut to the point and get to your question. I wouldn't be saying it's good enough, yeah? But if Vieira or Henry done that, at least they were legends. I would have gave them a little bit more time than I would have given this waste man. So I totally take your point there, brother. Totally. But again, mate, what can you say? Arsenal wouldn't give them people because they got voices. Emery was given the job. He wasn't even given his own signings. That's what probably got him sacked. I didn't want Pepe. I got Zaha. I didn't want Torreira. I got Fabinho. I didn't want the Greek geezer, Papadopoulos. I wanted Maguire. Well, thank fuck he never got Maguire. But you get my point, mate. Yeah? He got Arsenal to a European final and finished 1 point behind 4th place and got sacked. This prick Arteta hasn't got to a European final and until last year didn't finish a point behind Champions League. We was always well away, mate. And he's already lost to Lons. But I take your point. But you have to say the same respect and love. When we buy players that are a bit of a gamble like Jacob, we wouldn't have to on the Vieira and Henry. manager or up and coming kids, especially French ones, anyone across the world, if they sat down with Henry or Vieira or Arteta all in a room and decided who they wanted to play for, I believe 9 or 10 out of 10 of the people choose to play for Vieira or Henry because they're genuine legends. They've won World Cups. The geezer you're talking about never even got one cap for fucking Spain. Do you know what I mean? But deep down, I don't care if he played for Spain. I care what's right for Arsenal Football Club. I believe Henry and Vieira love the club enough not to just keep two strikers and two strikers that don't score enough, Nketiah and Jesus, and then throw a perfectly good one like Balogun down the drain. Yeah? I don't believe he goes into a Premier League after finishing second, a Premier League and a Champions League season with just one left back. I don't believe that's the best for the club. It's on transfer market. All right. So he scored. I can't think where all these goals have come from. Okay, mate. Sweet. I agree with you. What's the point? Is 37 goals enough in all of the game time or whatever? All I can tell you, mate, I asked fucking Siri, Google, or some cunt on my phone. You probably heard it, mate. Very honestly, in the best white English voice I could say it, yeah? How many goals he got in his career? And the cunt won't answer me and told he got 16. Mate, that's in his career. Ivan Toney plays for Brentford. I'm not saying that he's a great striker, or do I even want the fucking betting fucking scandal cunt at the club? But mate, he scored 20 for Brentford in one season. Sorry, Cam, I love you to death. I'm just wondering what the point is. Like, is it just because I'm wrong that I thought he never scored 37, or is it you think 37 is a great record? I don't know. I just think 16 goals in his Arsenal, or league goals in his Arsenal career, is one of the reasons why you wouldn't win a title with a geezer like that up front. Okay, and Arteta wasn't ready then, ain't ready now, for me and my opinion. What I'm saying is, though, they would have to pull over the players. I'm sure, I'm not saying Arteta ain't respected, etc., and blah, blah, blah. But again, bros, I don't know. Cam, if you had a boy right now and he was 9 or 10 years old, again, I suppose, you know what I mean? Maybe you wouldn't give a fuck. I'd advise my young boy, trying to go into football and have a football career, to play for Vieira or Henry over Arteta. That's all. And I swear that on my kid's life. Do you know what I mean? Is it because they're Arsenal legends? Is it because they were genuinely great players? Is it because they won World Cups? I don't know. I don't think he was good enough as a player. Neither did any of the Spanish managers in his career think he was good enough to play for Spain. I'm just saying. He played for Glasgow Rangers, then Everton. Again, with all respect to both clubs, like, fuck me. It's hardly the Madrids and Barcelonas of the world. But that ain't my problem. It's just a novice. No, come and give me a genuine, proper question. Like, anything you like. Can you wholeheartedly saying like two strikers is good enough for Arsenal? Should he have gave away Tierney and Tavares on loan, knowing we've only got one left back at the club? Remember, when he's done this, the guy that he played at left back, yeah, has just got himself injured. And he's still sanctioning the fucking loans of Tavares. That isn't a guy that knows what he's doing for me. Serious. In my opinion, and one of you come at me, Dean, Robert, whatever, this is just for you. I believe Arsenal lost the league last season the minute Saliba got injured. We started losing games. That's how important he is to our club. Even when he got injured, though, if we had like a Harry Kane or a Haaland, or just a striker that could score goals, period, I believe that could have dragged us over the line and won us the title. So, unless you disagree with me that the Saliba injury didn't make a difference, or that Eddie and Jesus did score enough goals last year, I don't know what to say to you. But I'm saying what I'm seeing, mate. And he addressed none of them. In fact, he sold a centre half, Rob Holding. I'm happy he did. But what I'm saying is, he's made us even lighter in the central defensive department if Saliba got injured. And up front, he could have had a third striker, Balogun, one of our own, through the academy. Yeah? But he decided, for whatever reason, to send Balogun away. And not by a striker. He bought a £65 million prick from Chelsea to play Thomas Partey's role. I just don't get that. Okay, but what you're saying Arteta would do, I don't believe Vieira or Henry will let it get that bad and ruin their legacies. I believe they're both dignified human beings. And I also believe, honestly, even though they're French, but Arteta's Spanish, but I'm saying even though they're French, and really and truly, apart from the legacy and their wonderful careers at Arsenal, shouldn't really have a connection to the club. Well, bullshit. We know what Henry has. Just listen to him talking. He loves the club. Yeah? It breaks him to see us doing bad. He'd have took the job in an instant. And I take your point. But still, I'd have rather that than Arteta. They command respect. Do you know what I mean? I would not want Vieira or Henry as managers. It would ruin their legacies. Possibly. Being a legend doesn't make it that you'll become a shit manager. Arsenal always sold that Arteta had a brilliant football. Always said they had a brilliant football mind. And I agree with that, bros. And I also believe that Pep, yeah, because I'll say a genuine answer, bros, and I believe Pep, if he didn't have this football mind, wouldn't have brought him to Man City as his number 2. What I'm saying is, though, brother, what should have happened is like something like Phil said earlier, an Ancelotti coming in, which I actually said on my channel at the time, on a 2-year deal, and making, I said I wanted Vieira or Henry as a number 2 to groom them and prime them for the hot seat. But yeah, that's what Phil said. Ancelotti, and let Arteta learn for a couple of years. My point being, brother, I thought Arsenal was a big enough club in world football not to have a guy that's never managed a game before. I know we've all got to start somewhere. But mate, I don't know. I don't believe Man City or, you know what I mean? Any of the big clubs really give that role to a novice. So I take your point, great football brain. And who knows, he might be a great manager in the future. All I'm saying is, at Arsenal so far, I don't think he's done nothing that great. You know what I mean? I hold my hands up, we've improved. But last season, mate, which I've said on this channel many times, he went out of the League Cup at the first attempt. He went out of the FA Cup at the first attempt, 3rd round, away at Nottingham Forest. Yeah? We only had 38 league games to play. We wasn't in Europe. Yeah? No fixture pile-up, no congestion, just 1 game a week. I also said on my channel we wouldn't get that chance again. Forget FA Cup. I was talking for this season now. Forget FA Cup and League Cup. We've got Champions League. At least 6 games in the group. Yeah? And then if God's willing and God's shining on us, we qualify, there's more games. But I said he weren't ready or good enough for the Champions League. Because let's look when he has got us to Europe, the cunt. Well, last year there was no Europe because he's a cunt. But before that, he's went out to Olympiacos and he's went out to PSV. Mate, you see the PSV when we played them the other night, the state of them. Yeah? I know world football, Robert, yeah? And last night I only can name one Lens player, Eli Wahi. And he made his name at fucking Montpellier last year. I just don't think it's good enough. Some people are just natural leaders and managers. That's not Arteta's bag. He's a solid number 2, and his time at City proved that. And that's the important part of number 2, and that's his ceiling. And I totally agree, mate. Or you could try what Vieira done at Nice, at Strasbourg, at fucking New York, trying to learn your trade and everything. But football's unforgiving. With no money at Strasbourg, which he hasn't got any, it's going to be a struggle. Arteta hasn't had that struggle. You know what I mean? I don't think he's good enough to manage a middle-of-the-road team. Say he went Brentford. I don't think he gets them to firing how Thomas Frank has. If he went Brighton, I don't think he does as well as fucking Potter or De Zerbi. But who knows? We haven't seen that. All I'm saying is, because we know the media, Danny AFC TV as well. Come on, man. I've said many things that have been right. And then things I've suspected that have become right. We know most clubs in the world tried to poach Wenger when he was at Arsenal. And for whatever reason, he never left. He always says it was loyalty. And he don't break contracts. Yeah? What I'm saying is, which club have wanted this prick? Do you know what I mean? There you go. So, yeah. And I agree with you totally there, Cam. And that is even a bit harsh on him. He might be a good manager at Real Betis or something. With no transfer budget, I very much doubt it. Do you know what I mean? But Arsenal's just way too big, bros. And again, I would have, like Robert said, Vieira or Henry could be in the job doing the same thing. Like, I took his point. It's not true, but I took his point. But when you're not learning your mistakes season after season, come on, guys, before I go now, yeah, hour and 42 minutes in, please tell me, Robert, Cam, Craig, anyone, what ruined the title charge last year? For me, it was Saliba's injury. The minute he got injured, bang, results changed. Yeah? Or am I wrong? Or if strikers, or one of them, had have stood up to the challenge and scored over 10 goals, we might have won the fucking league by a point or 2. You know what I mean? That's 2 massive points there. But he didn't. He sold a centre-half. Didn't get no one in to replace Saliba if he got injured. He kept the 2 strikers, yeah, even though they didn't score enough. And threw Balogun out of the club. Even though Balogun scored more goals in his debut season, yeah? Hold on. Fuck me. Here we go. Balogun scored more league goals than Nketiah scored in his Arsenal career. I think that stat is unbelievable. Exactly, Cam. Exactly. And that's why, Robert, I'm so delighted. I love you. I'm so delighted you're still here. Look what Henry and Vieira are. Yeah, but they've never had resources. Henry's hardly managed, you know what I mean? Number 2 at Belgium, yeah? But Vieira, New York, yeah? Nice, and now Strasbourg. No resources at none of the clubs. Yeah? I don't think Arteta could go to Strasbourg and do anything more than Vieira is doing right now. But again, that's just a matter of opinion. But as I'm saying, what do you think, yeah, ruined the league title for us? Cam or Robert? I think it was the minute Saliba got injured. Yeah? And look what Cam's just said. A lack of defensive cover and a proper striker and cover for Saka. Yeah. Exactly. But he did get cover for Saka. He gave Nelson a fucking 5-year deal and 100 grand a week. But Cam, that's a story for a different day. Because that's a never mistake. But that's what lost us the league last year. Saliba getting injured and strikers not scoring enough goals. Did he improve on it? Did he buy a replacement for Saliba if he gets injured? No, he sold one, Rob Holding. Fuck knows. Or was Timber going to be a centre-back after he played at left-back? Because he wanted to put Partey there. Balogun scored more goals in League A than Nketiah has at 6-7 years. Robert, please say that's good enough. Exactly. You learn from experiences. I just hope I don't get that bit, but yeah, totally agree, Cam. Man in a match performance there, brother. Like, some people are natural leaders. So again, even though it would be a bit harsh, but some people think what he's done to Ramsdale. Take the skipper's armband away from Odegaard. Yeah? He is not a leader of men. He even took him off in a Champions League game yesterday because he was so shit. And who is a real leader of men? Declan Rice. But he ain't got the bollocks or man enough to do that. And I can tell you that's an obvious thing. Or is Robert or anyone else going to tell me I'm wrong on that as well? Robert, who's a natural leader? Declan Rice or Odegaard? Go on, Robert, entertain me. I actually wouldn't know what to say if you actually did straight face and full-heartedly told me Odegaard is a leader of men more than Declan Rice. Odegaard doesn't talk. The bigger the fixture, Odegaard disappears. I love Odegaard. And stats-wise, statistically, his stats are on point for Arsenal. Yeah? Maybe I'm just an unforgiving person. He always goes missing when we need it most, like yesterday against Lons. Like, how many managers takes off your captain when you're 2-1 down? That's you talking about different eras then, and I get that, yeah? And I totally get that. United, he become one of the best managers there's ever been. But that isn't a time, again, not to, see, I don't want to give you a silly 50-50 answer, but football is so cutthroat now. Managers get sacked after fucking half a season these days. Look what Chelsea do. And I do get you, and believe me, I know my history, mate. If it wasn't for a Mark Robins goal in the third round of the FA Cup, Nottingham Forest 0, Man United 1, if they'd have lost that day, he'd have been sacked. Imagine. And look what he went on to do for the club. You know what I mean? But the point being, bro, is at the time of his bad form and finishing low in the league, he was breaking transfer records, I think, for like Danny Wallace, won over £1 million. That was unheard of them times. So again, people would expect results. So I take your point. But again, bros, this guy is backed. And I've given you enough evidence to say 2 strikers last season didn't bring us to the Premier League title. That was in a season when we had no FA Cup, no League Cup, because we played only 1 game in each tournament and got knocked the fuck out, and no European football. He had 40 games to manage in a total season last year. That was his best chance. Now with more fixtures, and God forbid we have a fucking cup run in any of the competitions, that's more games. More games means more trouble, more likeliness of injuries. So, Robert, again, Robert, for example, would you have bought a striker in the summer? Because, in my belief, Nketiah and Jesus can't score enough goals. Would you have bought cover for Saliba, because I believe that's the real reason. Yeah? As soon as Saliba got injured, we started conceding goals. And if Arteta had brought anyone, even another Jacob, just entertain me and buy another centre-back, I'd have been like, well, at least he tried. If he had bought any striker in the world, I'd been like, well, at least we've got 3 strikers. Or kept the one that come through our academy, Florian Balogun. Case in point is Ramsdale. No, he is another shiny toy in Real. Yes, but if you can drop Ramsdale, as people think, which was harsh after he played for England, whatever, I don't give a fuck. I just want the best performing keeper. Yeah? Why would you not give Declan Rice at the start of the season the armband? I don't care if you've just bought him. You've bought him for fucking 105 mil for one reason or another. And believe me, he doesn't score that many. He doesn't assist that many. And he isn't that creative. Yeah? But we know what Declan Rice is wonderful at. Look at him last night. Out of fucking 11 people, yeah? Without even playing well, he was huffing, he was puffing, he was telling people what to do. He was trying to go forward so desperately in the last 10 and 20 minutes. The only one that was trying to G up the lads and get a performance out of people. And I said that on the live last night. Many times I pointed that out. How Rice was, you know what I mean? Doing what any self-respecting captain would do. Our captain has been taken off because he couldn't perform against Lons. Just saying. So if you're ruthless enough to drop Ramsdale, you know what I mean? And put Raya in. And I thought you might try this idiot fucking tactic of playing one keeper in the Champions League, la la la. Well, he played Raya in the Champions League last night. And I think that was the best decision. You play your best goalkeeper in every important game. Damn right. So he knows to do that. So why wouldn't he do the other things? Why wouldn't you have more than one left back? Why would he sell Balogun and only have 2 strikers like he had last season? We had no FA Cup out in the first attempt, no League Cup and no European football. And 2 strikers weren't good enough to just play a league season, 38 games, and 1 FA Cup and 1 League Cup game, 40 games in total. In his fucking brain, he felt he didn't have to get another striker, but he felt it was important enough, even before Declan Rice, even before Timber, to throw £65 million of our money at Chelsea for Havertz to play central midfield. Are you sure? I'm stunned. I'm stunned thinking about it. Literally. Let's just see what happens Sunday, innit? If Partey doesn't play and Havertz does in central midfield, it's a wrap for me. Because why was he on the bench yesterday? I don't want to hear he wasn't fit enough. He's played fucking players before and got them injured. Taking risks, which he'll probably do with Saka. If there's any physical way that he can play, he'll play him, even if he's 50-50. Shouldn't come to that. You should have another right winger. But a club than Arsenal, like Arsenal, in a season you got Champions League, should have more than the 2 you had last year. But that is it, guys. The rant is over. Not many more people are commenting. Is that a sign of I'm right? Because I'll never get it with Arteta. I don't scream about him passionately for an hour and 54 minutes. For which reason? I'm not that bored. My phone constantly rings. I'm very busy. So, again, I'm saying it because I believe it to be right. And I'm calling anyone that has challenged me to points tonight because I've answered every question. Yeah? Very dignified. With loads of football knowledge. Like when this geezer coming back. I remember the game that saved him. Away to Forest, Mark Robbins scored. Rumour has it he was sacked if they didn't get the win against Forest that day. But Arteta now, God forbid we have a cup run, we're going to have a fixture piled up at some point this season. Is a £65 million key signing, marquee signing from Chelsea going to help him? Okay, Havertz. Again, Buzz, that's a wrap. That is a wrap. I never thought for 1 minute Declan Rice was worth 105 mil. But I still wanted him at the club, even if I had to take 125 mil. Passion, dedication will never let you down. Last night, as I said, was the only guy trying to manage, G up the players like a captain would. He was the only guy trying to go forward and still coming back for last minute clearances. He was driving us last night. I'm not going to say to much success, but trying so hard. That's why he's a great midfielder, mate. But having Kia Havertz alongside him must be hard work. Because he doesn't defend very well, doesn't attack very well. In fact, anyone tell me what the fuck he does do very well? He was terrible last night. But so too was most of them, you know what I mean? What can you say? You knew our goal threat was done as soon as Saka was taken off. Because Trossard could have played for 3 or 4 days. He never looked like he was going to do anything last night. Same with Havertz. So I don't get it. We shall see what the genius Arteta comes up with, innit, on Sunday. And which 11 he selects. Will Nketiah start ahead of Jesus? Like, surely not. Especially after Jesus scored a very good goal last night. But nothing would surprise me with this guy now. Nothing would surprise me at all. Do you know what I mean? Because he's tapped in the fucking head. And just watching the game last night made me realise he's fucking tapped. Exactly. And that's exactly what I've just said, mate. So if you're so ballsy, as I said, mate, I'm sure you heard it. If you're ballsy enough to drop Ramsdale after a few games of the season, yeah? Why wouldn't you just relieve Odegaard of the captain duties? Maybe that's why. I doubt it, but maybe that's why he doesn't play well in big games. Maybe it's the responsibility. Maybe relieve him of the captain's armband will make him just concentrate on playing well. I doubt that's true, but who knows? But I couldn't agree more. He is a natural leader of men. You've either got it or you ain't. You can't just be trained to be a captain. If we have, well, bros, I'll be honest with you. I've only read the first line. In 3-4 years, if we have a brilliant team. Well, hold on. Eddie Howe's got Newcastle to the Champions League in 1 year. Yeah, 1 year. And Newcastle is in a very different position. They were getting a relegation fight for the last fucking 10 years under fucking Mike Ashley as owner. They put Eddie Howe in charge, yeah? In 1 season, he gets to a cup final and gets the Champions League. He didn't do that in 1 year, bruvs. It took him 3-4 years. Newcastle tonight are beating PSG 4-1. Last night, we're losing 2-1 to Lens. I don't get it. But anyway, let me read it. So in 3-4 years' time, well, that'll be 8 years he's been in. 4 years' time, that'll be 8 years. So in 8 years, if he makes a good team, I'll be really happy as an Arsenal fan. But I'll still say to you, it was 7 years too long. He's got all the tools. He's been given money every season. But you can't stop mistakes. Letting people go on loan. Saliba, best defender in the world now. We crumbled when he fucking got injured last year. We've got 1 left back and 2 fucking strikers that we should know from last year can't score. He's got them same cunts there again. Jesus has got 2 so far this season, and Nketiah's got 2. Wow. Ollie Watkins, yeah? Not that I like him, the Aston Villa striker. Has got 2 hat-tricks already this season. That's 6 just alone from them 2 games. Come on, bro. But anyway, so in 3 or 4 years' time, if we've made a brilliant team by Arteta, I think it was, you go and get a 10 and tip outside the Tottenham ground with a sign saying, I really want to become a Tottenham fan. Well, again, no, because again, what do you deem as success? I don't know. Winning the Champions League, winning the league, that's success, isn't it? I don't think this geezer's got the bronze, the bollocks to ever win a title. We had our best chance last year. But we shall see. I'll do whatever you like. If it wins a title or a Champions League at Arsenal, mate. So what you're saying is for us to win a fucking one title or one Champions League, it's going to take 7, 8 years. Fuck me. Whatever. All I want is a successful Arsenal. Damn. Odegaard is a golden blue-eyed boy. He certainly is. And a great footballer. He's just not a captain. That's it. And a captain is very important. You don't win things. In 2 eras, when Arsenal was very successful, we've had 2 very successful captains. George Graham, bang, had Tony Adams. But again, in this day's world and society, Tony Adams would be probably looked down at as a scumbag. This is a guy that was captain of Arsenal. That was an alcoholic. Not that I care, by the way. And then was caught drink driving and drove through some poor cunt's wall and garden in Essex or something many years ago. Subsequently, he went to jail for it. And upon his release, within a couple of weeks, he was back in Arsenal's first team as captain. These days, that probably wouldn't happen, but that's not my point here. That was a born leader of men. And George Graham knew that. And George Graham, thieving little bastard when it comes to that fucking bung money or whatever, genuinely wanted the best for Arsenal because they paid George Graham's wages. So if it meant taking some cunt here out of jail, yeah, and immediately putting him back into your team because it made your team better and giving him back the captain's armband, you do what you got to do, innit? Arteta wouldn't do that. But anyway, besides the point. In the other era, under Arsene Wenger, yeah, we had one captain, Vieira, yeah? Well, at the start of it was Adams, we know. But after Adams, Vieira. Again, a natural leader of men. A World Cup winner. Yeah? Leaders. For me, Odegaard will never be a leader, bros. No matter which club he goes to in his career. But yeah, that's a different point. That's the least of my problems, who's captain. I'm just pointing out who should be the captain. Yep, and over £1 billion, Robert. Name us another manager from any top team in Europe that has done that. Oh, well, yes, without winning a major trophy, until obviously you say that day comes in 7, 8 years. FA Cup is not a major trophy, bros. In the cup, on the George Graham era, it was all very romantic to win the FA Cup. Mate, go Google it and go and see how much winning the FA Cup does for you. It's pennies. Playing one Champions League game with all the TV rights gets you more. One Champions League game. In fact, without playing a Champions League game, just qualifying for it gives you more money. And fucking stupid amounts of more money. More than winning the FA Cup. The last time I checked, which was a while ago, I do believe it was like 1.3, 1.5 million winning the FA Cup gave you in fucking revenue. I don't think it is. I can ask Google. You'll all hear what the result is. I reckon it was a few years ago. How much does winning the FA Cup give a football team?
Manchester City beat Manchester United by a score.
I've got to get my charger. 1 second, we'll try again. Anyway, mate, not that I agree sometimes when managers put out all their reserves in the FA Cup, you know what I mean? That is because, yeah, finishing one place higher in the league will win you more prize money than winning the FA Cup. Hence why these days these things happen. But they wouldn't have happened under George Graham. It was a different era. Even 7 million, bruvs. I'm sure qualifying for the Champions League, just qualifying for it without playing a game, gets you more than 7 mil. How much money does winning the FA Cup give you?
I found this on the web.
Yes, we know it's the oldest club competition in the fucking world. Wow, I was right. The prize for winning the 2022-23 FA Cup final alone. Oh, sorry, I was wrong. Alone is 2 million, with the runners-up receiving 1 million. Well, I was closer than you. 1.3, 1.5. I just see the 1 million underneath. I'll let that zoom in. Please zoom in. Can you see that? Yeah. I see the 1 million first and thought, again, Danny's a genius. But I'll accept 2 million. I was out by 500 grand or something. So, mate, not digging you out, mate, but yeah, you were fucking well wrong. It wins you £2 million. Hey, Robert, give me a fucking answer for that. Do you know what I mean? That's why Arteta didn't give a fuck about the FA Cup last season. Yeah, went out in the third round. Imagine if you asked fucking Siri how much it gives you for winning the League Cup. It's probably less. What's it called? Caravan. Caraboa. Listen, I'm sure it's going to be less than 2 mil. So did you get my point? Hence why, even though I'd like Arsenal to win the FA Cup and the League Cup, yeah? Fuck me. That doesn't go and buy you Declan Rice can. Ain't you shocked by that? 2 million. And the runners-up get 1 mil. I think the runners-up should get fuck all. And the winners should get 3 mil. But again, I'm very right. Always right. I'm never wrong. I did say it's a few years since I asked Google that question. It's gone up with inflation. I meant if you can. Huh? I don't know what you mean by that. I mean, if you start from the third round to the final. Yes. And again, Google it just like I did. I don't know. Siri ain't going to lie just to upset me or you. He told me the prize running for winning the FA Cup in 2022 and 23 was £2 million. Yeah? With the runner-up, who was Newcastle, receiving 1 million. So for all of Man United's effort, do you see why they didn't get Harry Kane or whatever in the summer? Because winning that FA Cup gave them £2 million. And if you're going to say gate receipts from the third round, I get it. But a lot of clubs do give away FA Cup and League Cup complimentary on season tickets. You could ask Lee Akers that. I think it's 7 in total you get cup games. Do ask Lee Akers. I don't just talk bollocks for the fun of it on YouTube. Arsenal charge a tenner for a League Cup game. Do you see what I mean? Begging people to come in. You know we do that every year, mate. Tenors. Come on. So I told you about that last year as well. I'm sure you deep down know it. Because no one gives a fuck about the Caravan Cup. And we charge tenors for any cunt to walk in. Because there's no importance of it, mate. So if you're going to turn back them gate receipts that we get in the run-up, well, we only charge a tenner. So I'm afraid to say, brother, that didn't buy Declan Rice either. So again, which proves where Robert was absolutely talking bollocks. Because in a different era, when George Graham, as he rightly said, finished 12th in 1993 and won the FA Cup, and I do believe it was called the Littlewoods Cup in 93. See, how good I am, the Littlewoods. I'm sure I'm right. As prestigious as it seems, and as much as it papered over the cracks of finishing 12th, in that era, hundreds of years ago, when George Graham won them 2 trophies, it was more prestigious to win it, if that makes any sense. But at the end of the day, it gives you, I don't know, about the price of Marquinhos to win both of them, the FA Cup and the Caravan Cup, about 3 million in total. I'm afraid to say most Premier League clubs don't give a fuck. about 3 mil. But go and look at the difference, Cam, between finishing 13th and 7th or 8th is. I promise you it's worth a load more than 2 mil. So for a club like Everton or Villa, do you think they want to win the FA Cup? Yeah? Or concentrate on getting from 12th to 8th? I know it looks better when you read your historic history things like certain fucker fans do. But when you cut to the beans of it, to the geezer that owns the club, blah, 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 because everyone's got to make money, innit? Clonkers ain't there for the fun of their health and pumping money every year to give in Arteta to spend. You know what I mean? Everyone wants to make money, and that's what they're there for. So calculate tenors. We let other people in for free. We go to schools, and when you get sick or underprivileged people, they whack out them League Cups and tickets factually, and the rest of the other fuckers pay a tenner because it's worthless. Is Messi a successful captain? If you look at the fucking ignorant amount of Champions Leagues, World Cup, everything he's won, I think you could say yes. Is Messi a leader of men? No! Definitely not. Exactly. We know that, mate, because that's the one that's mind-boggling. Yeah? And maybe that's why Norwich have made a habit of going up, down, up, down. Because that Delia Smith, whatever fucking cunts that own Norwich, they're the smartest bastards in the world, bros. Brilliant point, Cam, because I'm very truthful. But what did Norwich do with the fucking money? Are they all bang on fucking Class A or something? Where's the money going at Norwich? Because they don't invest in the summers either. The first time a couple of years ago when they done it, they spent like 10 mil. The second year, they spent like 20 mil. So, mate, just for, we call them parachute payments and whatever, getting relegated from the Premier League, yeah? Do you think Burnley and Nottingham Forest are thinking about that? And thinking, oh my God, we've got to get to the FA Cup and have a good FA Cup run. Because even when you win it, you only get 2 mil. Finishing one place higher in the league gets you more prize money than the FA Cup. But on that note, I'm out because I could do this all day long. Everything I do is factual. And if I'm not sure, I won't Google it and type so no one sees. I'll shout it through the phone, ask Siri, and then him like a hot cunt will scream out the result to all you guys. Or at least give me the 3 options, as you all know, for the link, and then I'll show it to the camera like I did. We're not talking in George Graham era. We're talking last year when Man United won the FA Cup. £2 million it got them. Anyway, on that note, guys, I'm out. And anyone else that can be bothered, I already know it factually. But anyone else that wants to question me, go and look at the difference between finishing 16th and 10th. It's a lot of money because the Premier League is big business. Do you know what I mean? But it's been brilliant. Cam, Robert, thank you for staying right to the end. And like, I love a football debate. And any of you could come on my channel and talk about it. Do you know what I mean? What does that mean, Rob? Because, again, this is what we love about football. It's all like latest Cam, love my brother. You got to give me a call, you know. But yeah, Robert, it's all about opinions. And the bit that smashed it is the only comment that I thought was funny that you said to me. I thought fun of them, a few of them were funny. But it's the one about basically Declan Rice being shit or not a captain or whatever you said. That just shows it, bros. Just last night in defeat showed me how amazing the geezer was. As I said, he will never let you down. Never under a 7 out of 10. Odegaard had to be fucking taken off for us. But anyway, who knows? I watch every fucking Arsenal game, home, away. Plus, I watch every Arsenal pre-season game. Like, again, we only want what's best for the club. And the certain things that I've said tonight definitely ain't best for the club. But on that note, guys, please do be getting the likes on the video and do be subscribing if you're new. It has been a lit show, 2 hours and 15 minutes down. Seriously, I love it. Guys, let's pray to God, literally, and pray that Saka is back for Sunday. Because literally, with no Martinelli, I just don't see the goal for it. Jesus and Nketiah can play for fucking days, you know what I mean? But we shall see, innit? We shall see. Is Robert a top gooner? When you say that, like one of them Twitters, the top, what I called super fans, well, it appears so. Because no matter what Arteta does, like I said, I replied, what a cunt you are, to the geezer on Twitter that put, just today, do you know what it said on Twitter today? If I could have reached through the screen and punched the geezer, I would have. It said on Twitter, all these Arsenal fans that don't like Havertz are just idiots. And if Arteta pays 65 million with him, I agree with Arteta. Arteta knows best. Seriously? A lot of money didn't get you a Champions League place. Well, fuck me. He spends a lot, bruv. I do believe he's up to about 700 billion since he's been at the club. 700 million. He's been spending a lot of old dough, bruv. He's been spending a lot of old dough. Bruv, you can name on one hand in the last 3 years in world football how many teams that have spent more money than Arsenal. Go and Google it, entertain me. Yeah? Not even two, on one hand. Yeah? Because if you look how much money teams spend in Europe, mate, it's silly. You can add up what everyone spends in the whole world of football, and it's still not a fraction of what fucking the Premier League clubs just spent in the last window. It's unreal. But on that note, good night, people. Shouts out to all the real ones. Please be getting the likes on the video. Do be subscribed if you're new. It's been fucking lit. Everyone, peace out. God bless.